Grand Admiral Vex of the Stellar Dominion gazed through the viewport of his flagship, the Inevitable Conquest Asterisk, as his armada approached the small blue planet. Earth, an insignificant backwater world that had somehow managed to rebuff the Dominion's initial diplomatic overtures. It was time they learned their place in the cosmic hierarchy. Pathetic, Vex muttered. They think their isolation protects them. They have no concept of the power we wield. The Stellar Dominion had conquered 300 systems across 2 galactic arms. Their technology was unmatched, their military might unquestioned. The addition of Earth to their collection of subjugated worlds would be barely worth noting in the Imperial records. "Sir," Lieutenant Dorn reported, "we've entered Earth's communication range. Their primitive detection systems have noticed our approach." Vex smiled thinly. "Send the standard ultimatum, surrender or face extinction." The message was dispatched, and the Dominion fleet settled into high orbit, 1,000 warships forming a grid pattern that blanketed the planet's strategic points. In the underground bunker beneath Geneva, United Earth Defense Council sat in grim silence as the alien transmission concluded. General Jackson stood, his weathered face betraying no emotion. "So, they want our unconditional surrender within 24 hours. They're bluffing," Dr. Mason said, adjusting her glasses. "That wouldn't travel all this way just to destroy us. They'd want our resources." Admiral Wilson nodded. "The question is, do we show them what we've been working on, or let them think we're defenseless?" President Reynolds, a former military officer with calm eyes that had seen too many battles, folded her hands. "We've spent 50 years preparing for this day. Ever since we detected their first signals, we knew someone would come eventually." She looked around the table. "Initiate Protocol Omega. Let's show these aliens what happens when you threaten Earth." Vex was baffled when the humans' response came not as a message, but as a series of energy signatures suddenly appearing around the planet. "Sir, we're detecting hundreds of orbital platforms activating," Dorn reported, confusion evident in his voice. "They weren't there before." "Stealth technology," Vex snorted. "Primitive diversion. Commence the initial bombardment. Target their major military installations." The Dominion ships powered up their main weapons, but before they could fire, thousands of small objects detached from Earth's orbital platforms. "Sir, incoming projectiles," Dorn shouted. "They're accelerating beyond our defensive tracking capabilities." Vex barely had time to process this information before the first wave hit. Ships across his fleet began disappearing in blinding flashes of light. Not explosions, they were simply gone, reduced to scattered atoms. "What is this?" Vex demanded. "What weapon code?" "Sir, they're using some kind of directed antimatter weapon," the science officer reported. "Our shields can't." The communication cut off as another 100 Dominion ships vanished. On the Lunar Command Center, General Jackson watched the battle unfold with cold satisfaction. "The Shiva network is performing beyond specifications," a technician reported. "ME fleet reduced by 60% and counting." Dr. Mason nodded. "Humanity learned long ago that the universe is hostile. We never stopped preparing, even during our centuries of peace." "Send the message," President Reynolds ordered. Aboard the rapidly diminishing Dominion fleet, Vex received an incoming transmission from Earth. The human leader appeared on screen, her expression stern. "This is President Reynolds of United Earth. Your unprovoked aggression has activated our defensive protocols. You have 60 seconds to withdraw your remaining forces from our solar system, or we will eradicate them completely. Furthermore, we have dispatched autonomous hunter-killer probes to your home systems. They carry the coordinates of your core worlds and the specifications of the weapons currently destroying your fleet." Vex stared in disbelief. "Impossible. You're a pre-interstellar civilization. We were waiting for neighbors worth meeting." Reynolds replied coldly. "You weren't them. 40 seconds remaining." Vex frantically ordered a retreat, but it was too late for most of his ships. By the time the remnants of the once mighty Armada limped back to Dominion space, over 90% of their forces had been destroyed. 6 months later, the Dominion's High Council gathered in emergency session. Reports flowed in from across their territory of mysterious explosions, disappearing outposts, and shattered military installations. The humans didn't just defeat us, the Supreme Leader said quietly. They're systematically dismantling our empire. Their hunter-killer probes are targeting our governance systems while leaving civilian infrastructure intact. An aide rushed in with a message. Sir, we're receiving a transmission from Earth. President Reynolds appeared before the council, her expression unchanged from their first encounter. Your empire attacked the wrong planet. We've studied your society and determined that you will never cease to be a threat unless your capacity for aggression is removed. We are not interested in conquest or subjugation, only in ensuring you never threaten another peaceful world. She paused. We are offering you one chance. Dissolve your military forces, abandon your conquered worlds, and restrict yourselves to your home system. Comply and you will survive. Resist and your civilization will be reduced to ashes. The transmission ended, leaving the council in stunned silence. The Supreme Leader looked around at his advisors. How did we not know? How could we have missed their capabilities? An ancient counselor spoke up. We assumed technological advancement required conquest. We never considered a species might advance so far while remaining isolated. They weren't hiding from the galaxy out of fear. They were hiding because they didn't consider us worthy of contact. The stellar dominion surrendered 1 week later. Earth had taught the galaxy a simple lesson. Sometimes the quietest worlds are the most dangerous. Those who came looking for easy conquest found instead that humans had spent centuries preparing for this very moment, the day someone foolish enough would come along and find out exactly what humanity was capable of.